Guys, here's what you're going to do. First thing what you're going to do is take out the 2, isn't it? What's left over? Okay, half the 6x and square out. So it's going to be x minus 3 squared. You always half the middle number and put it into a perfect square. Multiply x minus 3 squared out, and what you get? X squared minus 6x plus 6. I'll say plus 9. Thank you, Charlie. Is everybody happy that this green part here is the same as this green part here? Multiply it out, what you get? 2x squared minus 12x plus 18. Is that what you were looking for? What were you looking for? You want a 7 where we have an 18. So how'd you fix that? Minus what? 11. Okay. What can you change this back into? Yeah. So 2 times. I say most of you got that one out, did you? We're doing a lot of them. 2 times x minus 3 squared take away 11. You cool with that? Alright, let's go for 7. You're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to turn it into a perfect square and prove that it's always bigger than 4. Find out. Charlie, what you do with x squared plus 8x? Yeah, when you multiply that out? Yeah, what you want. So, and what you change this back into? Alright, now, here's the deal, Charlie. What's the smallest value this can be? What's the smallest value of the yellow part? Pick a value of x to try and make it as small as possible. What value of x will make that as small as humanly possible? Exactly. So when x equals minus 4, you end up with 0 squared because minus 4 plus 4, and then it's plus 4, so the answer equals 4. So what can you say? Minimum equals 4. This means g of x is always going to be bigger than or equal to 4. Pick any other value you want, and the answer is going to be bigger than 4. What happens if you pick minus 3? Oh, sorry, what happens if you pick minus 7? What's minus 7 plus 4? What's minus 3 squared? What's 9 plus 4? 13. If you pick minus 3, the answer would be 13, right? So don't worry about that. Now, next one. Find the smallest value for f of x. Okay, so same deal again. Adam, what do we do with x squared plus 4x plus 4? Plus 7, I mean. Yeah. Multiply that out and you get. Alright. So that is the same as that when you multiply out x plus 2 by x plus 2. And what you need at the end. Okay. And then the answer is x plus 2 squared plus 3. However, it wants the smallest value. What's the smallest value we can get? What do I replace x with to make it as small as possible? If x equals minus 2, what's the minimum then? 0 squared plus 3, which would be 3. So, essentially, the minimum is 3. Alright, now, done. Okay, the value of x is minus 2. Now, find the greatest possible value of this. What does that mean? In a fraction, okay, here's what I want to know. In a fraction, what's the smallest fraction? 1 divided by the biggest number is 1 divided by a maximum would be 1 divided by the maximum value would be the smallest amount possible. Would you agree with that? Imagine 1 by 100. It's quite small. 1 divided by a min would be what, guys? The biggest value possible. What happens if you had 1 divided by, I don't know, 3? Which one's bigger, 1 over 100 or 1 over 3? Exactly. So, In order for the biggest value of a fraction, you need the smallest denominator possible. We need a minimum denominator. What is the minimum denominator? We have it over here. 3. It's the same denominator, isn't it? So the answer should be 1 over 3. That's the biggest value possible. If you aren't sure, you can put it into the table function of your calculator and you'll find that all the other values are bigger. So look, I'll show you that now. If you aren't sure about this, you can put in your mode your table function. You can do 1 divided by x squared plus 4x plus 7. Now, do you know what this does? It keeps replacing the x value with any numbers you want. So I'll go from minus 10 to plus 10. Okay, now what's happening here is it's putting in all the different values. So, when you put in minus 10, the answer is 1 over 67. And we're looking for the biggest value possible. 1 over 67, 1 over 52, 1 over 39. When you put in minus 5, the answer is 1 over 12. You keep going. But when you put in an x value of minus 2, guess what the answer is? 1 over 3. 1 over 3 is the biggest value we've seen so far. Keep going. Oh, it's on its way back up again, isn't it? It's getting smaller. The way it gets really, really small. 1 over 84 is really small. So when you go through all these values, you can see that 1 over 3 is the highest value in that list. And it verifies what we found out earlier. Okay. Now, last one. Probes are used to report the temperature of a patient, indicating that their temperature change according to this formula here. But run this quadratic, find the maximum temperature of the patient and use it to determine how long in hours it will be before the temperature returns back to 36. Now, here's a cheat. I'm going to give you a cheat right here. Lob it all into the table function, and what do you get? What should I put down? Using this equation here. What should I put in? Yeah. 4x minus x squared. Now what this does is it runs down, it tells you what the patient's temperature is after a given time. Is t in hours? Time in hours, okay? Should I start on minus 10 this time? Why not? No negative time. It's not needed. 0 to 20. Let's do 0 to 20 and find out what happens. You start off with a temperature of 36. You go to 39. You go to 40. Then you go back to 39. I know 40 is the maximum. Why am I certain 40 is the maximum? I actually know 100% this is the maximum. Can anybody tell me why? It's symmetrical. See the way the 39 is both sides of the 40? That means 40 is guaranteed to be at the top. If that was a 39 and 39.5 either side, then I know 40 is probably not the maximum. Alright, keep going. When did you get to 36 again? So would you agree it took 4 hours to return to 36? 4 hours to get back to 36? And we know the maximum is x t equals 2 and 40. We know all our answers already. Now it's just a matter of doing the formula. Okay. So we have minus t squared plus 4t plus 36. What's the thing I asked to take out here? Minus 1. Okay. Next thing after that, what do I do with this part here? Anybody? T minus 2 squared. Awesome. Multiply out t minus 2 squared and you get? Yep. And then multiply in by minus 1 and we get? Minus 1t squared plus 4t. Take away 4. I'm short how much? 40. Now, what does my equation become then? What does my equation become? Yeah, ft equals minus 1, it's t minus 2 squared plus 40. Okay, awesome. Now, First of all, what's guaranteed about this part here? What's guaranteed about all of this part? No matter what value t I put in, what's guaranteed? 0 or negative. Because it's a negative number multiplied by a guaranteed positive number. How do I make that a maximum? How do I make sure that that's a 0 and not a negative number? T equals 2. 2 take away 2 is 0. So what's our maximum temperature? So this would be the point 2, 40. After 2 hours, you're 40 degrees. And look, there it is there, 240. Okay, matches my graph, perfect. Next thing, after how many hours does it return back to? 36. All right, what would that mean? Will you tell me? Replace the t value with 36. So you get 36 equals 36 plus 4t minus t squared. What cancels both sides? Okay. And what can I factorize out on the right hand side? Yep. Now, you have two answers. You have t equals 0. We already knew that, didn't we? At t equals 0, the answer is 36. And then the other answer, 4 minus t equals 0. That means 4 equals t, or t equals 4. And that's what we're looking for. All right. Okay, guys, that was pretty